Hello, my name is Daniela Jaramillo-Dent, and I'm going to present you our paper about teaching challenges, teachers on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, with my co-authors Arantxa Vizcaíno Verdú and Dr. Amor Pérez Rodriguez from the University of Huelva. In this article, we will present the teaching experience in the university classroom using three social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. This is part of an education and innovation project developed by members of the Agora Research Group at the University of Huelva. This was developed within master's degree in communication and audiovisual education, as well as the master's in teaching in secondary education. This was done in 2020 and 2021. A total of 200 students participated in the different activities. And we were able to exemplify and evaluate the effectiveness of using these platforms for university education. Let's start with the context and the method used. So we used a method where the professor exemplified and modeled the different activities for the students in the different platforms. We did this in two different classrooms. First of all, in the Masters in Communication and Audiovisual Education, which comprises students from all around the world who are teachers and also journalists and other professionals in the information sciences. On the other hand, we did it in the Masters in Secondary Education. In this case, we did a workshop that was a 2-hour workshop, and also we did it in an educational innovation class, which lasts 15 hours. So you can see here the platforms that were used, how the professor modeled it, and what the student did in response, and also the evaluation activities done with the students in this case. In the case of YouTube, the teaching learning goals included illustrating the opportunities and threats of YouTube in the classroom, also showing that YouTube has this option to present students' work. So we offered YouTube as one of the options for evaluation. And finally, the students developed the technical skills necessary to create a video and upload it to YouTube as part of their didactic and training as educators. So here you can see one example of students who used the podcast to develop oral competencies. And in this case, we used hashtags to collect the work from students and to evaluate their work. Now, in the case of Instagram, we use this platform to exemplify the possible uses of Instagram for teaching. We also illustrated this process of creating a post to model it for students who may not have these instrumental skills. And finally, we were able to get to know the students through a personal presentation in Instagram post format. Now, the professor created step-by-step instructions on Instagram in order to facilitate the creation of posts to present oneself. Students, on the other hand, used different creative multimodal skills in order to present their final projects in the case of the students in secondary education, and in the case of the Master for Communication and Audiovisual Education, the students did a self-presentation that was very useful in order to adapt the contents to the interests of these students. In the case of TikTok, we use this platform to exemplify the application of these functionalities for different educational purposes. We provided instructions for using these functionalities in the educational context. We illustrated these uses and adapted them to the students' projects. And finally, we promoted their creativity in adapting their projects to the TikTok context. So here you can see some teaching examples where we use different aspects of TikTok. In the first case, you can see instructions to create a video on TikTok. And in the second one, we can see how you can use the different embedded text options to do an evaluation with true and false. We also did different ones with green screen and the use of audio. Students, on the other hand, created really wonderful projects where they used TikTok to exemplify the different dangers of the internet and to really use the different creative aspects such as the music and the effects to promote different safety practices and privacy in their classrooms. Finally, we propose some best practices in this project. First of all, it is very important to knowing and empathizing with our students. The empathy is very important to connect these complex subjects with their languages, contexts, and needs. We also think it is very relevant for teachers to recognize the multidisciplinary nature of available platforms and the formats that can be used in teaching and learning. It is also essential to know the risks and opportunities of social media and their pedagogical applications within the classroom and outside. It is also important to be very familiar with the privacy and data privacy issues that may arise and get updated information to see the different policies that may change in these platforms and these who may affect the educational applications of the platforms. We really thank you for your attention and for watching this video today. You can see here our Twitter handles. Please visit us, please contact us if you have any questions or comments. Thank you.